Yeah, a very good evening to you, Rabbi. And I know we'll be watching everything this evening, and Greg Inglis will get us underway here on the Gold Coast. A great crowd at Seabus Super Stadium. James Graham, the first, and spirited defence from the Indigenous side.
Go, one.
Big George knows the start must be good. Ryan James in on that tackle. Has to be a crowd of about 25,000. Sort of temperatures in the mid-20s. Big run again. It's a massive forward pack that Wayne Bennett has assembled in the NRL All Stars, and our first penalty of the game.
Drop that ball. Don't go the ball.
Now you're going to see some interesting things with rules tonight. Every scrum that we have tonight will come to the centre of the field. There's also an expansion of the 40-20 rule, where if you kick it 40 metres, you will get the ball back. So it's all about keeping the game quick. The lock in the attacking side and the scrum can stay out of the scrum. So just a few of the things that'll be happening tonight as the NRL side charge forward through Warrior Hargreaves.
Give him room. Go one.
You work, Jared.
Friend of dummy half, spent so much time playing in Tamalalo.
George.
Every time he touches the ball, Friend again now. Goes past Graham to Pearce, and that's a beautiful ball to Moylan. And Walker will be wrapped up, will be taken into touch. Good defence, Thurston in there. Outstanding defence from the Indigenous side. They're fired up.
Work him over, mate. Into the centre.
Well, they handled that first shift of the ball there from the NRL All Stars very, very well. I was talking to Laurie Daly yesterday. I came out to watch their last training session, and they concede that they're giving away a lot in size and power to the NRL All Star team. But the way they trained, very brisk, very sharp, very quick. You get a real appreciation watching them train the mercurial Jonathan Thurston, and he really is like an artist when you watch him prepare this team and wheel them around the paddock. But I think you'll see a lot of that tonight, backing off in defence and trying to get the All-Stars to go around them rather than through them.
Yeah, and as we see that first scrum brought to the centre of the field, the lock stayed out. Last time they met, 2013, no game last year. It was 32-6, the Indigenous side. A convincing victory at Suncorp Stadium in front of 41,000. And that night, Ben Barber had a brilliant game, a man-of-the-match performance. Big George! Through the middle, he'll be in Dragons colours this year. We saw him in the Charity Shield as Ryan James now. He's had quite a number of injuries since we saw him come through as a schoolboy for Palm Beach Currumbin. So much thought about him. Winning the Peter Sterling medal, there's Barber to Thurston, and Thurston to Inglis. Got an outstanding back line, and Chambers is thrown to ground. Last tackle now with the Indigenous All Stars. It's with Thurston.
Okay, we're clear.
And there goes the kick, bit of space there, beautifully taken by Alex Johnston. Is that a try for Hodges? Justin Hodges, Johnny on the spot.
Check it. Right decision.
Well, honestly, I saw this at training yesterday. I saw it all. I saw the Thurston kick, I saw the chase, and they practice this as their opening set of 6 of the game from a tap kick, from a scrum win.
Yeah, right.
A number of times before
Last
my
tackle,
eyes.
Kevin.
And just to see it unfold there, Thurston very accurately gets the ball in behind the line and gets it to bounce between defenders. Brilliant accuracy. Now they're in trouble. Wonderfully put on the foot again by Alex Johnson. Hodges is onside. It's just the put down.
No, I think he's short, Gus.
Yeah, a little bit.
Look at that.
Wow.
So close, but no try.
I saw them train last night, and Jonathan Thurston, throughout the course of the hour and a half that they trained,
It'll be 0.
put in about 20 pinpoint accurate kicks.
That was amazing, that kick. Yes, because initially I think he was looking for the high ball, for the bomb. As a no try goes up. But then it was the pressure from Nathan Friend. I think he adjusted his kick late, and the way he adjusted his hands and, as you said, landed that ball pinpoint. Absolute freakish.
Gus, we've got two of the best in the business in our commentary team. Andrew Johns, of course, and Darren Lockie, but have a look at Thurston. Perfect his arts on the field. It's just a grace to watch it.
Well, it was phenomenal last night. I mean,
look at that defence, Gus, and they've got the ball back. Outstanding from the Indigenous All Stars. 20 up, we'll get back to you on that point as Thurston goes to dummy half. Grand final player from last year, Kyle Turner.
Big tackle here from Paul Gallen.
Get that into you.
And he's got the penalty here too, Turner.
Time.
You might be
Stay
seeing
back for us,
stars at
boys.
the moment, Turner.
Stay back
Gee,
for
that
us.
was a good whack.
We've already got the penalty. Time off here. Go. It's a bit of presence.
And here they are. The dynamic legs of Tyrone Peach. We haven't seen him since July last year. Had that operation on his pec muscle from Wellington in Western New South Wales. And big George Rose. Wrapped up by Friend and Graham. Centre field, 10 out. There's Dave Fafita. Plays with his brother at the Sharks. Thompson to dummy half, works it through Barber. Barber, nice ball to Inglis. He'll be pulled up a metre short.
There's trouble here for Ben Barber. He's holding an ankle.
Yeah, another penalty goes away the Indigenous side, and Ben Barber is down on his knee, and it's his shoulder that he's...
On the line, Jared.
It's one of these passes when the player goes to the line and passes and then relaxes, and the defender from the inside whacks the player.
Got a hold here, James.
Watch a bit of whiplash here. He passes the ball, Ben Barber. See the whiplash there. That you get the numbness in the arm.
So here they come again, big David Fafita.
I've got a fun.
Big man, 3 metres away from the NRL All Stars line. Thompson to dummy half. He on the attack through Barber. Barber got better pretty quickly. Thurston. A good run from young Grevs Moore. Hasn't made his first grade debut yet. And they've lost it through James and Matty Moylan, the ever reliable. And they'll come back for the knock-on, and they'll start at centre field, and the attacking side have the opportunity to which side they'll feed from, and the lock can stay out of the scrum. Let's get to Brad Fittler. He's down on the field.
Yeah, Benny Barber was telling Travis Toomer, the trainer, that he had a bit of a stinger. Basically, his shoulder will just go numb for 10 or 15 seconds. I was talking to Travis, and that's what he said Cole Turner had. Cole's going in for a concussion test, but he also copped a stinger on the impact with the ground.
Thanks, Brad. Updating things from down at ground level. Great crowd in again around the 24,000-25,000 mark, you'd think, here at Seabus Stadium on the Gold Coast. And they're trying to work it out of their own territory. It's all been the Indigenous side so far. Big Manu. Hargreaves and Ryan James. Read an article today that Laurie Daly is starting to think of him as, you know, we've heard his name mentioned before around the Origin side. It's a big comment to make.
You know, 2 years ago, I saw Ryan James. It was one of the last games of the season, the year the Roosters won the competition. And I'm pretty sure Ryan James beat the Roosters one day pretty much on his own. He took them all. He was outstanding. He had an injury-interrupted run since then, but there's no doubting his potential.
Well, arguably one of the top schoolboy players we've ever seen is Greg Inglis now.
Well, he took them all on that day, and he beat them all too. He feared no one.
He's big and fast, well over 100 kilos, and there's another penalty going the way of the Indigenous side.
Yep.
So that'll be nice for them all to get out of their territory.
Yeah, certainly not easy being able to make plenty of territory up the middle against the NRL All Stars. Their defensive pattern so far has been pretty good. Both teams, of course, though, I don't think it matters how many times you train in the lead up to a game. You don't get to be able to go out and express yourself, make sure that your plays are looking pretty good. So it'll take some time in that first match of the season.
There's big George Rose. Great to have this game back. Such a celebration, and it's been a huge success. And another penalty will go the way of the Indigenous side.
Coming through, Funky.
You'll remember it was the brainchild of Preston Campbell. Saw Preston before as Justin Hodges takes that quick tap. Going to see a lot of players coming on and off tonight. Unlimited interchange as Tyrone Peachy is brought to ground, 22 out from the NRL All Stars line. We are playing in quarters as well. Thurston, nice ball, and good defence again. He's finding Grevs Moore, isn't he? Thurston, he's looking for him. Good player up there in North Queensland. Hasn't played first grade, but Jonathan will know him well. 4 metres out, 3 metres out now. The Indigenous side. Centre field through Barber. Barber lets it go to Hodges. Good defence by Croker. Thompson. Thurston looks, jigs himself. Does a beautiful kick on one leg, but taken nicely. Oh, that was skillful from Jonathan Thurston. And Dylan Walker rushes back and takes the tap. Zero tackle.
Zero tackle. And hold. Go.
Nathan Friend, 33 years of age. A big night for him and a big night for Chris Grevesmill. We've mentioned his name before. He's come from North Queensland to play for the South Sydney Rabbitohs in 2015 and he's playing in this game tonight and he hasn't made his first grade debut.
And hold. Go.
Ford, Pearce, Moylan.
Move for three. Martin square up and hold. Go.
There's Scott. Kieran Foran mentioned how Matt Moylan's impressed him, Gus. He's impressed everybody, hasn't he, since he's come through the grades at Penrith the last few years. He runs cross field and tries to straighten things up. Last tackle. And there it is, that man Foran that was giving Moylan a rap. He does a nice kick, batted back inside. Looks like it's knocked on and it's picked up by Greg Inglis will bring it back and continues to travel forward over the 30 before he'll be eventually wrapped up. Greater counter-attacking play from Inglis as we see Alex Johnston now almost get it to the halfway line. Hodges and Barber to Thurston.
Surrender tackle.
Thompson will go to dummy half here.
Push up, hold, go two.
Thurston's North Queensland teammate. There is Ryan James, the man that Gus mentioned, almost beat the Roosters by himself. Has had a number of injuries. They come the short side through Barber. Barber to Hodges, and Hodges a little kick. Oh, what about the hands of Moylan as he picks it up?
Oh, balance. The ball bouncing on the ground in front of him, but players coming towards Moylan, but just all class. Pick the ball up. How smooth is he when he runs?
His positional play is also first class, isn't it? So often he's in the right place at the right time. He's only a young boy at the moment, but he has a magnificent future in rugby league.
Well, we all saw his development over the last couple of years, and he improved just about every time he went out on the field. He's got his hands on the ball there again. Lovely short pass.
Oh, and they've got some room here. There's big Manu Vatavai. Tries to throw it inside. Mitchell Pearce is there, but went forward.
I don't think there's too much in that.
Yeah, nice play there from the NRL All Stars, and a beautiful short pass from Matt Moylan, the young fullback we're just talking about.
He adjusts his hands beautifully here. Watch, he actually juggles the ball. And the way he gets the ball there, and just positions his hands beautiful soft pass there, which frees up Manu down the outside. Unfortunately, the ball goes forward for the NRL All Stars, but once again, Moylan. Lovely soft hands.
I was just saying that we all saw his improvement last year, but I have to say that month he spent with the Australian Four Nations squad at the end of last year, he didn't get to play in the Four Nations game because Greg Inglis was the fullback, obviously, and playing very well. But since he's come back to training at Panthers after Christmas, you can see what the benefits done to him, dealing with those great players and the confidence he's got from it. He's improving all the time. I've been really impressed with his training right throughout the pre-season.
Good barging run there by David Fafita. Let's get down to the sideline, Darren Lockyer.
Yeah, the Indigenous team obviously know that the NRL All Stars are a big team, so they're staying really compressed in defence, and as we just saw then with the break, if the All Stars can get it to the edge, they'll find some room.
And here they are through Inglis. Inglis to Hodges. Hodges to Johnston. The Laperouse Panther, just 20 years of age. Made such a smashing first grade debut last year and ended up in a grand final. Great defence from the NRL side.
Tremendous technique here. It's from Manu Vatavai who holds Alex Johnston up. It's a deliberate move. They're coached to do this where 10 years ago you'd tackle a man, you'd hurry to get him on the ground. Watch the way they get Alex Johnston and they hold him up. See, Johnston gets free here on the outside, and both Croker and Manu, you see him holding, see Manu Vatavai holding him up. And then this third man comes in, Taumalolo, and just adds some pressure, but tremendous technique there.
And of course, we're only less than 3 weeks away from the start of the NRL season. Just a quick reminder, no better time than now to join an NRL club. Membership is the best way to support your club, plus you get great benefits, access to the best seats in the house, the option to buy grand final and origin tickets. There's Matty Moylan now. If you're a Panther supporter, he's brought to ground by Justin Hodges. Penalty.
No need for that extra effort. Get behind it.
Penalty going to the NRL All Stars. Opportunity to be able to get into good field position.
One ref.
Been quite interested to watch every time he's had a chance to run with the ball. Manu Vadavai. Oh, he's lost a little bit of weight, trimmed himself down. The speed that he displayed the last time he got into the clear was super impressive.
Yes, trimmed himself down to 140 kilos. Look at the size of him. How would you like to tackle him?
Tell you what, they're a big side, aren't they? The NRL side. Jesse Bromwich has just made his way onto the field, had a huge formation as Gallen takes it straight through the middle. 15 out from the Indigenous All Stars side. Lovely ball to Tamalalo. This wrecking ball from North Queensland. Penalty goes the way of the NRL side, so more pressure.
On the line.
Well, that was a penalty, just trying to slow it down.
Wait for the
The Indigenous side were really stretched there and just tried to slow that play the ball momentarily, but all they've done is given up another 6 tackles.
Strong run from Bromwich.
Footwork from Jesse Bromwich for a big man.
Melbourne Storm, friend to Pearce, and flat pass to Scott comes out. Yep, just came out, no strip.
Play the front man there, Mitchell Pearce. You have a look on the high shot of that play. You had a look at the man out the back. I think it was Matt Moylan. You can see the outside man come in on the decoys. If he plays out the back there, look at the room out the back.
And that's where you would hope Matt Moylan is matured enough as a player to say, Mitchell, that was my ball. I needed that ball. Next time it's me, because we had them shot.
Great weekend of sport here on Wide World of Sports. Of course, Australia and England, the World Cup opener, Melbourne Cricket Ground, live tomorrow, 1:30. That's New South Wales time, 12:30 in Queensland. It's going to be a superb tournament. No Michael Clark to start with. He'll be back from Bangladesh. What about the footwork of Alex Johnston? Oh, you bastard, like absolute twinkle toes. Beautiful stuff by Alex Johnston. There's Peachy. And Tyson Andrews from Manly now with the ball in his hands. As we mentioned, we'll get a lot of players coming on and off, unlimited interchange. And there's Barber, dominated so much in the game 3 years ago, and he gets the ball away. There's Grevesmule. He's having a good game, this kid. Down that left side, last tackle now through Thurston, and he does that kick again, the one that Gus mentioned. High goes Manu, beautifully taken.
I think he might have dropped a few more kilos than we thought, Joey. He got up into the air pretty high on that occasion. That's a good job. He's played very well, the big fella.
So the NRL All Stars, coached by Wayne Bennett, the Indigenous side coached by Laurie Daly, last year's Origin coach winner, and he has coached the Indigenous side since it all began, after Preston's idea became a reality. It was a win to the Indigenous back in 2010. The NRL side won the next 2 seasons, 28-12 and 36-28 in that last game back in 2013, as we mentioned. 32 points to 6 at Suncorp Stadium. Still no points on the board, 3 minutes to go in the first quarter, and it's the NRL All Stars through Trent Merrin. So much been said about where he'll end up playing his football. Step forward and almost gets through. And penalty goes the way of the NRL side.
You went there. Go out there.
Replacements continue. For the All-Stars side, Paul Gallen moving off.
Yeah, he's this formation, Wally. Mitchell Pearce, I think he'll play it back to Moylan this time.
There he is, Pearce. Goes inside, goes outside. So close, Mitchell Pearce. Just inches away. He'll play it back to Friend and Foran. Bit of room there for Tamalalo. Pops it back to Friend. Tries the flick pass. They lose some ground, and Manu.
Kieran Foran holding back one of the Indigenous players, racing through to grab the loose ball.
Stack of penalties blown early on in this one.
Come through, mate.
They look ominous, though, the NRL side, don't they? They haven't got the task or the right task at the moment, and that's only sort of early season. Some early season rust right there, but as this game wears on, they look very ominous with their attacking raids. They really look like they've got points in them.
0-0. A minute 45 left in the first quarter.
Hold, go.
Hodges to James, and James runs straight into Corey Parker.
Dangerous, mate,
I
dangerous.
understand Corey. There goes another penalty.
Well, that's been ruled a dangerous tackle by lifting the leg a little bit too high, Corey Parker. The penalty against him on that occasion.
Yeah, let's hope the whistle quietens down throughout the course of the game. It's been very busy this first quarter. As Hodges takes the tap, and there's Peachy. Great feet. Still a young man. Flashes of brilliance last year. So it's 0-0. We are a minute left in the first quarter as Ray takes it from dummy half. They are 12 metres out from the NRL line. Thompson again to Barber. Barber to Inglis. There goes Greg Inglis. Reached that arm out, wasn't close enough. They stay the short side through Thurston, but great defence again, this time from Dylan Walker. Only 30 seconds left in the first quarter, and it's Barber. Barber puts a little kick through, cleaned up beautifully this time. And Wittgenstein is brought to ground 5 metres out from the NRL All Stars line. So it's been an exciting and entertaining first 20 minutes of football. This is Corey Parker's brought to ground. That'll pretty much bring us up for this first quarter. There'll be one more play. And the tackle is made. It stays at 0-0. After the break, we'll hear what's said inside the huddles.
Not a lot in this so far. All Stars really haven't hit their rhythm in attack. The NRL All Stars, they look likely. It's just to be a matter of time before they taste their points. They're really hanging in here, the Indigenous fellas.
Huge timber in the NRL All-Star side. There was one in Bromwich, there in Taylor. We mentioned that Tavadave looked like he's trimmed a bit. Dave looks like he's lost a couple of kgs as well. And another penalty goes the way of the NRL All-Stars.
Looks like there's been a couple of changes made in the break as well. At the moment, it appears as though Luke Brooks is out there. What a moment it would be for him, getting an opportunity to play in a game of this importance.
I think he's playing at right centre, Wally.
Yeah, he is.
Work hard.
Here's Gordon talking to Kyle Turner, still getting a bit of treatment.
Move, Justin, Ryan, make it. Go one.
Yeah, Luke Brooks, apparently they've had a huge off-season as we see Merrin go forward. Jason Taylor now at the helm of the West Tigers. A lot of promise, so many young, talented players at the West Tigers. Brooks and Moses and Sirinen. As we see Jeremy Smith brought to ground. 28 out from the Indigenous All Stars line, centre field, and there's Bromwich again. He's made an impact, the big fella, hasn't he? Still going.
Great footwork for such a big man.
Parker to dummy half, and he gets it to Pearce. Pearce keeps it alive to Moyle and hits the deck.
I think that was an opportunity lost, that one, Joey.
Yeah, he was totally off balance there, Mitchell Pearce. You see, when he passes this ball, he actually gets on the wrong foot. Passing this ball, all the momentum should be on that outside leg. You see he comes back on that inside leg and he loses all his power there. You see here, he fades back and passes off his left foot right there, where he should be passing off the other foot. So the ball doesn't hit the spot out the back there.
Other side, Mitchell.
It's the early season rust.
So the Indigenous All Stars will scrum through Jonathan Thurston. Let's get down to Brad Fittler on the sideline.
We're talking earlier about the sides of the All Stars. Corey Parker, Australian front row, is actually playing hooker. They're big, man. They are big.
They are a big team, there's no question. But they're holding their own, the Indigenous All Stars side. As they move it downfield, Laurie Daly's team. And I mentioned before that he coached them every one of the seasons, but Neil Henry actually had them in the first year, I remember. There's Justin Hodges, and he's brought to ground. 42 out from the NRL All Stars line. Last tackle here. There's Thurston. The big kick. Big swirling kick. Oh, beautiful catch. Shades of the World Cup that we'll see over the next month in cricket. Brilliant stuff by Antonio Wittgenstein.
That was unbelievable, that kick from Thurston. The torpedo bomb across third.
So Parker, who's playing hooker, as Freddie just mentioned, and he goes for a dart. Apparently him and Wayne Bennett are on a plane at 2:30 in the morning to head across to England. Of course, we have the World Series coming up very soon, but some room to move here through Merrin. Will eventually be dragged to ground. 41 out from the Indigenous All Stars line.
There's a couple of stoppages. Bennett and Parker might be here at the end of the game.
Well, there he is. He's made it through. Croker tries to pop it back inside. Ends up in the hands of Peachy, and there's Inglis again.
Oh, gee. Manu Vadavai was a man unmarked on the left-hand side there. Perhaps pass going the wrong way.
4 minutes into the second quarter, and it remains 0-0 between the Indigenous All Stars and the NRL All Stars. 2015 edition, a man that played in this concept early on, Darren Lockyer.
It's an update on Kyle Turner. He's passed the concussion test, but they want to keep monitoring. He's keen to get back going and very hopeful.
Thanks, Lockie. As we see Big George go down the middle. Gus, what sort of mentalities, we'll see the last tackle, do players take into a game like this?
George Rose. Outside. Ryan James, George Rose.
Yeah, I think they're really serious about this one. I mean, you can see from the contact out there, there's a lot of personal pride in these performances. For the Indigenous boys, the motivation, is quite obvious, and it means a hell of a lot to them. And I saw it firsthand this year when young Tyron Teachy was named in this side. Not only is he out there playing with his heroes, but he's playing for his people. He's playing in that jersey, and it meant a lot to his family. And he was actually very emotional about the fact that he'd been selected and extremely excited. For the NRL All Stars, this is about personal pride. You've been voted for by your fans. They've voted you into this team. So there are people sitting at home and saying, well, I've had a part in you being there, and you've got an obligation to perform.
There's Dave Taylor with some room. Croker now, Manu Vadavai. Vadavai continuing on. Oh, beautiful tackle from Ryan James. One-on-one on Mitchell Pearson. He stripped it.
He's a good player, this man. He really is. He's had some... He's sort of spinning his wheels at the moment because he can't get his career going, but when he's good, he's very, very good. Ryan James.
Still only 23 years of age. He's got a lot of years ahead of him. That was just brilliant stuff. Big man on small man.
It takes some time for the body just to get accustomed to week in, week out NRL football, and you get niggly injuries, and you might get a serious one here and there, but then all of a sudden the clouds will clear and your career will take off. And you've got no doubt that Ryan James has got his best football in front of him.
We saw it in recent years. Last tackle now with Barber, of course. Benji Marshall, Sonny Bill Williams. Those guys had so many injuries, and only take by Matty Moylan again.
Well, there's an example of the confidence in Matty Moylan. I said he came back from that Four Nations month that he spent with coach Tim Sheens and all those great players in the Australian squad. And he's just come back a more confident and confident individual. He attacked that high ball there really well.
13 minutes to go in the first half, and we are yet to see a point scored. Plenty of attacking opportunities from both sides, and all failing to convert at this point.
40-20.
40-20, is it?
I think that's short.
You're saying that's short. Now remember, there is a new rule here that they have to...
It's got to go more than 40 metres, which I'm pretty sure that kick did. But he kicks it from just inside his own 30.
Oh, yeah.
Just outside his own 30, and he finds touch well inside the opposition 30. I declare that 40 plus metres.
Yeah, they're going to have to certainly massage this rule if they're going to get it right, because it's not an easy one. Yep, they've obviously gone upstairs and worked it out.
The calculator's got out.
Yeah, but what was supposed to happen there was the touch judge, or one of the two touch judges, was supposed to hold his mark, and that failed to happen. So I think the referee, Jared Sutton, failed to see exactly where it was kicked from. But anyway, it worked out in the end. Bromwich pops the ball back to Parker. Parker will be pulled down 12 metres out. The NRL All Stars continuing to pile on the pressure. Smith, Pearce, Moylan. Moylan gets a beautiful ball away again, and that's Brooks. So close, the NRL side. Good defence, the Indigenous All Stars. I tell you what Gus mentioned, how much pride it is for them to play in this jersey. And the other great thing is we see time off and held up, tackle three, but they get the opportunity to travel around and go to schools, and plenty of other Indigenous kids travel to the Gold Coast as well, so it is a whole week of celebrations as we see Pearce, and Pearce gets another nice ball to Foran. Cannot get through. Good tackle there by Kieran Mosley, who's with penalty. Plays season at the Gold Coast this year. Very dynamic. And a dummy half. Pearce to Moylan. Beautifully grabbed. Oh, Matthew Moylan. And Dylan Walker was the man that put the ball down. They'll go upstairs.
Yep. Okay, Kevy, we're coming up to tackle 5. Have a try. Want to look where the ball's caught in relation to the lead runner.
Put it on the outside. He disguised this pass beautifully here, Mitchell Pearce. For all money, looked like he was going to hit the back rower here, which is Bo Scott. The last minute just tweaks his hands out the back. That's a try. Great hands there from Moylan. Look at the balance and the beautiful soft hands. It's the ball one hand juggles and frees up his outside man there and Dylan Walker, but play was all Mitchell Pearce, the way he disguised this play and just frees up his man fullback there to create the overlap on the outside.
Yeah, just checking to see whether he ran actually behind the player. I don't think there's any problem with that at all, Joey. He was directly behind him when he made contact, catching the football. Thurston taken out of play, but gee, I don't think he was going to play any part in being able to stop that try.
You can't do anything but give that a try. That is a dead set try. It is a try. We'll take a break here at the All Stars.
First try in the 2015 Harvey Norman Rugby League All Stars to the NRL All Stars. And premiership winners, number 4, Dylan Walker. What a year he had in 2014. Tonight, the NRL All Stars leading 4 points to 0.
Yes. Yep. Yep. You're right to come back in with them, Funky. About the next slide. Yeah, so we go back to the 2 ref now, guys.
Welcome back to the NRL All Stars, Indigenous All Stars. Got Matty Moylan set up the first try. As Jared Croker lines up the kick from the sideline. How have you found the game, mate?
Yeah, it's feeling pretty fast at the moment. First game back, lungs are blowing.
Yeah, I bet they are. Who during the week impressed you?
All the boys, everyone got along really well, so it was a really easy camp to get along with everyone in.
All right, good luck the rest of the game, brother.
Good on you, Brad. Good on you, Matty Moylan, and great hands in that try.
Well, he caught it one-handed. The ball was out in front and a little beyond him. And he just juggled it with the right hand. But he did it so comfortably, he sort of knew exactly what he was doing. Even though the ball was a little out of control, he controlled it nicely, popped it up, ignored the man alongside him and found the man on the outside in open space in Dylan Walker. So beautifully played by Matt Moylan. Whoops.
Oh, and a knock on from James Graham. The pressure all back on them, and a great kick. We mentioned it quickly by Jared Croker from Canberra from the sideline.
So there's an example in pride in your own performance. Now you watch how mad in himself he is, James Graham, when that happens. When he gets up and he slams the ball into the ground and he wants to argue with someone, but he's the one that dropped it. He can only argue with himself at the moment, but he's not happy. And that's pride in your performance. That's quality player saying, that's not me. Why do they do that?
He does a good cranky face, bro. You can do a good cranky face, bro.
Really
He can
good
do a real
boogie
good
man.
one. So here we are. They're in a perfect position here. They have the opportunity to keep their lock out of the scrum with this new rule, and Thurston works it. Gets it to Barber. Where's Inglis? Barber goes himself. 4 metres out from the NRL All Stars line. The ball's with Thurston. It's a nice ball inside to David Fafita, who's impressed. Big man. You see so much of his twin brother as we see Barber and Thurston. Thurston to Inglis. Great defence by Vatavai on Tyrone Roberts. He works the short side now. Hodges. So often he does it out of dummy half. Gagai dummy half. They are 3 metres out from the NRL All Stars line. Inglis to Thurston. Thurston just pops that inside to Jack White, I think it is. And here they go, the All Stars. Oh! Hits the deck.
Change over.
You want me to take it or you?
I'll take the change
Had
over.
a bit of
Hold the
space.
10, mate. Work hard on the 10
pass just
front.
didn't hit.
Marcus here.
Hold here.
Yeah, even though they created the space, they're all going sideways at tag.
Square,
And
Jonathan, get
that
straight.
makes it really hard for the pass to make its mark.
Square up.
And the ball just came a little behind the winner who was overrunning it. They were all sort of running a very poor angle on this. They're sort of going crossfield. Tried to straighten it up at the last moment, but the momentum was already there and just made the pass a bad one.
6-0 the way of the NRL All Stars. Seabus Super Stadium on the Gold Coast. Running through the middle through Jeremy Smith. Fred looks for Gallen, and Gallen pops it to Moreland, but the ball goes down a little high there from Chambers.
Yeah, stay back here. That's it there, mate.
I think the players have been pretty happy at the moment to form a scrum. The rule now, of course, is that they're heading to the middle of the field.
Work to get them there, Funky.
2 or 3 times that they've had it, they drop the ball right beside themselves, haven't had to walk too far at all.
Let's go, boys.
Bring it in.
So 6.5 minutes out from half-time. The NRL All Stars lead the way 6-0.
Mitchell.
Which side, Ben? Let's pack it in.
Yeah, we had a lot of penalties in the first 20 minutes. We had 10 penalties and another one in the 21st minute. But since that time, the whistle's gone a little bit quieter, which is nice.
Arms right around second
The
row.
referees, like the players, have got to blow the rust out of the whistle, I suppose, early on. But it's settling down a little more now.
So the Indigenous All Stars side.
Easy.
And we heard earlier in the coverage from Jonathan Thurston, or Cameron Williams was mentioning Jonathan Thurston and how he's come out and said over the past few years how it's been great for him to know a part of his own life through this game and getting to know his culture and getting to know where he's from. And I think that's a story right throughout this Indigenous All-Star side. And they've got a penalty here and they'll be on the attack. They trail 6-0. Hodges.
They need to find Inglis. They need to instruct the player to bring Inglis into play.
Mosley to dummy half, and he gets that to Andrews. There's 7 out from the NRL side, and Mosley from dummy half. Big day for Peter. Whoa!
Easy, Jared. Easy. Leave it, boys.
It was a nice ball there by Kieran Mosley. Disguised that wonderfully.
I'll come through, mate.
The NRL side was expecting that ball to go out the back because they had a deep back line to the left. There's Andrew Fafita, the brother of David, who's playing tonight.
Work to form them up, mate.
Pack it in.
Goes across field, lovely sleight of hand. Really played his ball runner into the hole, and Fafita was very close to the line before having the ball taken away from him.
Gus, I've watched Kieran Mosley closely in lower grades. He's a player who reminds me of the way he plays with Cameron Smith. He seems to have a lot of time. Was this the Penrith development system for a while?
Yeah, it was. Look, He won an under-20s premiership in 2013. He won the reserve grade premiership in 2014. He needs to be playing NRL football, and we've got James Seguiaro and Appy Coruscant there in front of him, and it wouldn't have been fair to keep him in the lower grades any longer. He needs to come up and get an opportunity. So we discussed it with the Gold Coast Titans, who said they had a position for a first-grade NRL hooker, and we were happy to let him go and get that opportunity. It's no good warehousing talent. You've got to get it on display, and if we didn't have a spot for him, then someone else surely would. And I know he'll do really well up here. He's a quality player.
Yeah, Neil Henry already been very impressed by him. Last tackle, and Brooks with a big left foot kick. Almost brought rain, and he takes it nicely, Alex Johnston.
I was talking to Kieran Mosley at training yesterday, and I've got to say, just in the short bit of time he's been at the Gold Coast Titans, he's trained very hard. His body shape has changed. He's maturing, and he's a typical kid. He got a bit homesick a number of times when he came down from North Queensland, but he's starting to find himself and his voice, and very skillful little player.
There's Jack White. And Mosley will go to dummy half here. They trail 6-0, the Indigenous All Star side. And there's the kick from Thurston. He looks to find Hoffman, and he gets it beautifully. Hoffman throws it back inside the Indigenous All Star side. That's outstanding attacking play.
Well, that was phenomenal from Thurston. The kick. He's a freak, an absolute freak.
Great hands as well, as we see Ryan James now bring it down back through the middle. They're holding the middle well. This smaller pack of the Indigenous All Star side. Thurston looks to get it through, and they'll get the penalty, Gus.
Yeah, they're on a little bit of a roll here, getting some possession and starting to really string some passes together. We'll go back and look at that Thurston kick in a moment, but they're right on the attack here, the Indigenous boys, and they're looking to hit back. Come on, get it back into play. You've got them on the run.
There's Ryan James off the Mosley tap, and Kieran will go back to dummy half. Goes himself, he's quick out of there. Benny Elias-like, and our thoughts are with Benny. He's had a couple of battles with health recently, Ben. Trust you well, mate. Darting run there by Mosley. Comes back to the 10. Thurston. Inside the big George Rose. So dynamic, can't he, George? George close to 130 kilos, as is this man tonight, David Fafita. They spread it now, the Indigenous side. Last tackle through Thurston. Thurston puts a little kick through. Good defence, and they take him in goal.
Well, all this was brought about by a brilliant fifth tackle kick by Jonathan Thurston over on the left-hand side of the field. Pinpoint accuracy, and as I said, I watched him train yesterday with the Indigenous side, and I saw this about 20 times. The ball will come out the back, and he kicks it just beyond the outstretched hand of the defender for his winger to pick up the ball on the edge. Now, if you think that's a fluke, he fluked it 20 times in a row yesterday afternoon. It was extraordinary, and then the last kick straight into the in goal, backed up by good defence, and they forced the line dropout. But that is no fluke, because I saw him do it time and time again to put the ball just beyond the reach of the opposition winger and in the path of his own chaser.
Big All Rugby League fans feel it's an absolute delight to watch him play as we watch one of the greats of the game.
Well, it was a masterclass. I was sitting here in the grandstand on my own yesterday morning just watching him, thinking, wow, what a player.
And he's been so dominant so far. Mosley, Gus, you mentioned those legs of his. Just 20 seconds left till half-time, and the Indigenous side has the opportunity to square things up. Inside ball to Inglis. Good defence by the NRL All Stars, and there's a penalty again. So this will be one last play before half-time.
It's only a couple of seconds, so...
Mosley, it's in the hands of Thurston now. Thurston spreads it. The kick through for Johnston, back in the hands of Thurston now. He's running backwards, is Jonathan Thurston. There goes another kick, but they managed to defuse the situation, the NRL All Stars, and Paul Gallen will eventually be brought to ground. No, it's ended up in Ryan James's hands, but the same result.
Defending that
Yeah, and he's been stressing so much that we've got to forget about 2014 from a New South Wales perspective, and it's all about what happens next, and that'll be the series coming up as Matty Moreland gets us back underway. A game in Sydney, a game in Melbourne, and a game in Brisbane for Origin, and Big George Rose with an early touch in the third quarter. It is 6-0. The NRL All Stars lead the Indigenous All Stars as Brian James and Hargreaves a little bit high, and James Mosley says hang on there for a second, but he gets to his feet and plays the ball, but he does look a little bit groggy after that hit from Hargreaves.
I think if he stayed down, he'd have probably got a penalty. Kieran Mosley was trying to encourage him to do it. He was just
Kevin, can you check this
looking
pressure on the
up
neck?
through that third eye.
And that's Will Chambers on the ground there. And
Will
Ryan Jones still playing with his jaw.
Tackle 3.
Yeah, I think he's just having a look for the number who it was on the other side. Got him up over the top there.
That's a previous tackle.
I think they'll be looking for pressure on the neck in the next tackle.
Here's the replay of it.
There's nothing on that.
Probably just an awkward position there for Will Chambers, and he'll play the ball back to Mosley. It's 6-0. Only 6 points, only the one try, and Rose. Big George takes it forward. Nathan Frank hangs on. Gallen also in the tackle, and Mosley to Ryan James. Back up after the hit on the jaw. Last tackle now, Mosley, and there's the kick from Roberts. Beautifully taken by Moreland. There was a bit of pressure, and he evades the first, but can't get around the next 3 defenders. Now, that's what Laurie mentioned. He wants to see the intensity in the second half as well. And they're certainly showing it in the opening minutes of the third quarter, the Indigenous All Stars.
This is a really good set. That's 3 tackles, and they're still only a metre out from their own lines. What they don't want to do is get over enthusiastic and give away the penalty and undo the good work. So just got to control here. And
every time he touches the ball, he's so dynamic as a runner. There is Pearce.
Well, nothing had happened in the previous 4 tackles there before Taumalolo took the ball, and all of a sudden, quite comfortably, found 15 metres with a step and a surge. He really does eat up metres very, very quickly.
There's Brad Tye on the field. Brad plays here on the Gold Coast and spends some time, of course, at Penrith and Melbourne. Newcastle, he's travelled a bit.
Jesse!
Get up!
Go 3.
George Rose plays the ball, and it's in the hands of Chambers now, Thurston. He's had a game, hasn't he, Andrew?
Oh, just freakish. His kicking game tonight is just phenomenal. And his pass selection is just, he's in for a huge year.
Last tackle now with the Indigenous All Stars, and Roberts to Thurston. Thurston pops a quick one, and it's wrapped up beautifully by Moreland.
That's wonderful positional play, wasn't it?
Yeah, you said it, Gus. And he just does it time after time. Yet to catch him out of place.
You see those special players who just seem to have all the time in the world, and they never panics. Special player.
As Gallen charges downfield, and he'll play a prominent part for New South Wales. He had the highest of highs and the lowest of lows last season.
Taumalolo, I think he's the most destructive forward in the game. Just all power.
Hargreaves pops it to Foran to Pearce. The ball is alive now. Oh, beautifully one-handed there from Dylan Walker. He's dynamite, isn't he, Walker? Back to Foran, goes to ground, and it's a knock-off.
First one off there.
How quick is he?
Went into your bloke. Back to him, mate.
Dylan Walker, when he gets the football, you can just see the nerves start to raise in the opposition defence. Great positional play. Managed to get on the outside on that occasion of Josh Hoffman. Wasn't easily done. Fortunately, a little bit of a mistake. Just spoiling the chance. A happy man, and so he should be.
First time I saw him play, Dylan Walker, he was playing 5'8".
Okay, here we go, boys. Let's
and he carved the team up in the National Youth Comp, the under-20s. He was brilliant. He's really made a fist of centre. He can play fullback. He's a very versatile customer.
Down we go, Paul. Jackson.
Of course, we're just under 3 weeks from the start of the NRL season, as you see Jonathan Thurston thrown to ground there in a tackle from Warura Hargreaves. But the World Club Series is on before that, the pride of the NRL. Takes on England's best, begins Saturday, Feb 21. You'll see it all on Jam. Saturday, it is the Warrington Wolves versus the St George Illawarra Dragons. Then it's Wigan Brisbane on the Sunday. And then on the Monday, the two premiers from the respective competitions, the St Helens side take on the Rabbitohs. So there you go, the World Club Series coming up.
It's going to be huge. A lot of excitement in England. I think all those 3 games are sold out.
Wayne Bennett and Corey Parker, along with Justin Hodges, on a plane tomorrow morning to the United Kingdom. And here's some room to move for Alex Johnston through the middle. Last tackle now for the Indigenous All Stars. Just over 5 minutes gone in the third quarter, and Thurston with the kick again. Morgan beautifully positioned, will have some pressure. Oh, a little wobble, but he manages to get it on the second grab. Matt Moylan from Penrith plays it out. And they'll work it out of their own territory through Antonio Winterstein. Good defence again. 3 of them in there.
Well, the early part of this second half, it's been physically dominated by the Indigenous side, despite the size of the other team. And really only Tolmalolo's the one that's looked like making strong meters that he carries. Look, they're getting up quickly, they're swarming in. The coach has said get up in their face, and that's what they're doing.
Hargreaves charges downfield, and friend to dummy half, this 33-year-old still does a fantastic job for his club, and he's having a busy game tonight. Last tackle now for the NRL All Stars from Foran. He kicks it, and Alex Johnston will take it.
Inglis must be off the field. Alex Johnston's getting a run at fullback there, and he is a fullback. And he's scored plenty of tries in his debut year on the wing for the Rabbitohs, but he's essentially a young fullback in the making. He's just got one of the greatest of all time in front of him at the moment in Greg Inglis.
Dane Gagai there looks like he's injured. It was a good run and stayed on the ground. There's Greg Inglis, and of course just in front of him, Cliffy Lyons.
Cliffy Lyons, one of my all-time favourites. One of my all-time favourite footballers. There he is, Cliffy Lyons, one of the most creative, dangerous footballers ever to play the game. Brad Fittler.
Yeah, with Greg Inglis, mate, you're not supposed to have rest in these games.
Oh, mate, it's all about giving people opportunity and chances. That's what the whole concept of All Stars is about. Not injured, just having a bit of a spell, mate.
They say Alex Johnston's future may be a fullback. Do you see that at training?
Mate, I see that all the time. He's his main one is fullback, his main position. But he's just got to buy his time, and that's just I had to do that when I was in Melbourne, and so in the end, it's just what he has to do.
Well, good luck.
Thanks.
The new captain at the South Sydney Rabbitohs, Greg Inglis, talking about his young charger, Alex Johnston, and it's the last tackle for the Indigenous All Stars. And that was kick from Jonathan Thurston. Well taken there, and the ball stays alive with Jared Crocker.
It's a really good point there from Greg Inglis. He too had to wait his time, didn't he, at Melbourne Storm? He played centre and 5'8", and they shuffled him around because they had the great Billy Slater there. And it wasn't until he actually left the club that they got a run fullback in his favourite position with the South Sydney side.
Yeah, I love that style of play there from the NRL All Stars. The offload, the short side raid by Kieran.
Nice pass from Bo Scott. And Jeremy Smith's brought to ground. And Pearce goes to dummy half to Foran. Foran to James Graham. They keep the ball alive through Gallen, and Taumalolo straightens things up, and he's still going before he's... Takes 3 of them to bring him to ground.
Haven't got him on the ground yet.
Yeah, at least trying to stop him, and they get the penalty as well. So the NRL All Stars, Taumalolo, the wrecking ball.
It's frightening, just how agile he is for a big man. The footwork, have a look at the size of him across the shoulders.
Well, they could have wrestled him for a week. They weren't going to put him on the ground.
Remarkable thing is he's nowhere near being the tallest man on the field, but the strength, the power he has makes him very, very tough to bring down to the ground every time he cuts the ball.
Paul Green's got a very good football team in 2015. There's James Graham.
Yeah, you're right, Tim. I think they're turned to beat the Cowboys.
Foran. Moylan. Nice ball from Moylan, and he gets it right there.
I think I'll call for
Antonio Riddestein, they will appeal for this obstruction.
Linesman's got his flag up for footing the touch. So we're not even going to look at the video. We're going to have a scrum.
Flag up, mate.
Wasn't bad footwork, though, was it?
No,
Well, it was great work by Moylan to give Dylan
Scrum.
Walker the early ball. Let's have a look here. The foot goes, there's a pinky toe on the line, apparently. The linesman's right there.
Good call.
Well, there's the linesman. He's got his head on. He's nearly got his head on the foot.
I know he does.
Put your flag up, sir. He's having a look at it. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, he was out.
Take the loose. Heads
Good
into the back,
decision.
Joseph.
Out by butterfly wing.
It was like one of those cricket umpires. He just took his time to put the finger up.
It's good to see touch judges making decisions. And I know that Tony Archer wants that. He wants to interchange touch judges and referees all the time. He wants to get all the guys working and talking to the guys out in the middle. And that may just mean that we don't go upstairs as much as we have been the last few years. There's Fafita through the middle. Yeah, of course, not all male either. You just mentioned that. Very good female officials as we see some fleet-footed work again from Hoffman. Belinda Sleary, she's been doing this for quite some time. Talented official. Last tackle now, NRL All Stars. Leading 6-0. Here's the Indigenous side. Playing so well, outweighted tonight. Thurston picks it up beautifully like a juggler. There's Johnston. The boy from Newcastle with a big cross kick. What a kick! What a grab! What a try! Greg Inglis.
Well, that is freakish. Some beautiful hands over on the right-hand side of the field to keep the ball alive. They ran it on tackle 5. Twice they ran out of room, but they managed to keep it alive. And then the towering crossfield kick into the waiting arms of the man that Brad Fittler just interviewed. Teachy gets the ball wide. They start from front, run out of ground. The ball comes back. Thurston picks it up. He shuffles it on. And now the kick. Can't see the number on the back there. Who was that, Joe? Tyrone Roberts is kicked back in field. And Greg Inglis.
Look at that banana kick here. Look at that.
Joey, the most impressive point, he was looking for it. Yeah. Roberts, you could see him searching infield for some open spaces. That's a wonderful skill.
What a try. What a beautiful piece of rugby league. Look at him. Greg Inglis in the goal.
How good is he?
And Jonathan Thurston to square things up at Seabus Super Stadium on the Gold Coast.
I think if I tried to do the Goanna, I'd rip my groins across.
And he kicks it. It was a wobbly old kick. Thank God Gus is staying up here and not trying to be
I'm going to give that a go on the Mount Room floor. See if I can really go in.
I'd like to see that.
Phil Gould, the Goanna. I bet you someone might be prepared to pay for that, Phil.
I think I'll tear something. I think I would tear something.
I don't think you'd be Robinson Crusoe.
Look at that. Just have a look at the way he was searching back in field, though. That's a wonderful trait of rugby league, being able to read the play. You'll know when he was boxed into a corner, search for other areas. He did that perfectly. When you look at there and GI, he's got his hand in the air. Well, go ahead with it.
Beautiful hands from Jonathan Thurston and Andrew Johns. Tyrone Roberts, what about the maturity over the last few years from him?
He played footy last year, played for country. Had a great time. Big year for Tyrone this year. I understand he's had a really good off-season, so the spearheads the Knights this year and they have a big season.
Here's Greg Inglis straight down the middle. We talk about size. He's a giant. He's got great speed, and we saw how damaging he could be just a couple of minutes ago. Here they are, the Indigenous All Stars. We're locked up at 6-all on the Gold Coast. It's a warm night and pretty hot football.
Well, we've gone past the stage of the game where size is going to matter that much. You know, I think the Indigenous side have done a really good job to sort of hang in there. Now they're all sort of running on fatigue, and even despite the unlimited interchange, there's going to be tiredness out there, and that's where Thurston and Inglis and these fellas can really come into their own. And the All-Stars team, well, they've sort of bogged down a little bit. They're looking for a leader to come forward and direct the play.
Nice offload there.
Yeah, this is when they look dangerous, the NRL All Stars. When they get that second phase, those offloads come out the back and they move the ball to the edges. That's where they look their most dangerous.
James Graham. And straight into Inglis. And they'll earn themselves a penalty again. Centre field, 30 out. Quick tap from Corey Parker. He pops the ball out the back to Brooks, and he'll be brought down 10 metres out. This is Luke Brooks from the West Tigers, and James Graham for a nice ball to Dave Taylor. Tries to get it away, but it goes to ground and ends up in the hands of Ray Thompson.
Well, did you see who came up with that tackle on Big Dave Taylor, a man that's about 122 kilos? Ben Barber was one of the men involved in it. That's a tackle he's probably going to get... well, he's going to have to come up with a lot this season. And he switched to 5'8" for the Sharks. I'll be very happy about that.
What do you think about Ben Barber playing at 5'8"?
Are you going this
Well,
way,
the question, I saw him in the city earlier in the week, Joey, and the good thing about him, he seems to have lost a little bit of the weight that he got for the Broncos. So it's a big season ahead with him.
Yeah, we go, Tyrone. Stay there for me,
Greg
Kieran.
Inglis packing down
Stay
in
there.
the front
Here
row.
we go. Out. Yours, mate. Yep.
Now we have one of the Indigenous trainers, Ken Nagus, the great Ken Nagus from the Canberra Raiders, mic'd up down there. Ken, how are you finding the game so far?
Yeah, good, thanks. You?
What's the message that Laurie keeps sending out?
Just our effort and design in the first 40 minutes, mate. You cannot fold it, and just need to back it up in the next 40.
Have you enjoyed your time with the Indigenous All Stars this week?
Definitely, it's been a good week.
Hang on to this.
Always get back with the boys and
just hanging on to this.
tell a few worries.
How did you pull up after your nines expedition?
Mate, surprisingly, I got through unscathed, so it was good.
Good on you, mate.
Right back way, right
Ken Nagus down there, great to talk to us.
Should be still playing. How fit's he?
He could
He
score a
looks
try or
brilliant,
two,
so
couldn't he?
quick, Ken. And here they are, the Indigenous All Stars. They've got the wind in their sails. They work it in 18 metres out from the NRL All Stars line.
They did practice a couple of trick shots in their training session last night. They haven't unveiled them yet. But
Tyrone Roberts, Gus! Beautiful ball from Greg Inglis. Sorry to interrupt you there, Phil, but that was a beautiful ball from Tyrone Roberts. The two of them combined via the kick and the grab before. Six again. So Alex Johnston will just compose themselves here, will they? And then they've got a full run at the NRL All Stars. It's 6-all. Roberts inside to Fafita. 3 metres out. Ray Thompson to dummy half. Roberts. Flat pass to Peachy. And they are 3 metres out. The Indigenous All Stars side as Ray Thompson gets it to Tyrone Roberts, and the ball stays alive to Hodges. And Justin Hodges will be brought to ground 9 metres out from the NRL All Stars line. And Barber to Greg Inglis. Greg goes the dummy and still manages to get the ball away. Fafita now has the ball in his hands. They've got some players out here. He's big and he's strong and he's got plenty of speed, David Fafita. Brad Tye to dummy half. And there's Ray Thompson, a bit of room to move, of course. He's played plenty of pivot himself. Last tackle now for the Indigenous All Stars side. And Tyrone Roberts with the ball. Goes for the little dribbling kick. It's knocked on by... No, knocked back, they say.
and you'll notice there's no Jonathan Thurston throughout that set of 6. He's off the field at the moment. So Tyrone Roberts has gone to halfback. Just looking a little bit frayed around the edges, the NRL side. They just can't get any quality possession. Can't get much happening at the moment.
Parker to dummy half. And Graham works through the middle, and it has been all the Indigenous All Stars in this third quarter. Just a minute and a half to go. And it's all locked up at 6-all, so it's a tight battle here on the Gold Coast. Got a minute and 20 to do something. It's Johnston. Last 20. Made his debut last year, scored a try for South against Brisbane on that Anzac Day battle. That was the night of that amazing Greg Inglis try as well.
Less than a minute now out from the three-quarter time break.
Fafita, what have you thought of him, Phil? David Fafita.
Yeah, he's looked good. He's got talent. No doubting he's got talent. It's just a matter of fitness and the ability to do the good things over a long period of time. It's all the difference.
Here's Barber. Room to move, and he's talked during the week about how he's dropped some weight and desperate to make an impact at Cronulla. There is the kick from Tyrone Roberts again. And we'll see it over. Oh, the camera's gone! Oh, Graham Bailey! Graham Bailey, he throws the camera down. I think in his 55-year career, he's never had anything like that happen to him.
It's a $250,000 fend.
Let's not go off too early with the comedy, but I think he's okay, and affectionately known as Clem, he's our senior cameraman. It is 6-all in the third quarter. An extraordinary 20 minutes of rugby league. We'll go and patch up our cameraman, and the Indigenous All Stars and the NRL All Stars will go into a huddle. We have 20 minutes to go. This is Channel 9's Wide World of Sports.
Indigenous boys have done really well. Many expected the bigger side to run over the top of them, but they've hung in, and now their agility and their skill just might come to the fore. And the NRL All Stars have lost cohesion. There's nothing really happening in their attack. They need someone to take over there and get things sorted pretty quickly.
All locked up, and George Rose charging again. He's been spirited tonight. He's got a new club in 2015. It was Manly, or Roosters to start with. Manly, then of course went to Melbourne, and now George is going to play for the Dragons.
I like him white. It's good in white, George.
Here he goes again. 2 hit-ups in just a 3 tackles. So he's all fired up, Big George. Justin Hodges always makes ground out of dummy half. It's extraordinary what he does. Good little darting run from Ray Thompson, and they're making ground here. Last tackle for the Indigenous All Stars. Locked up at 6 points all, and Jonathan Thurston with the kick. Might have just a little bit too much on it. They'll come back to the 20.
A little bit too much. Nearly landed in Southport. Really mistimed that one, Jonathan Thurston. The All Stars, there's not a lot of rhythm to their game at the moment, the NRL boys. They're lacking that little bit of cohesion. They're probably going to need to get points, where on the other side, you just know that Thurston and Inglis have played so much football together. You can see them conjuring up something.
Strong run from Jesse Bromwich. Phil Goulding commentary up here with Wally Lewis and Andrew Johns on the sideline. Darren Lockyer and Brad Fittler is on a roaming commission. So is Mitchell Pearce as he gets the ball to Paul Gallen. And we just heard from Gallen talking to Brad Fittler, saying that they need to control the football. For an inside ball to Tomalolo. Look at him. So strong.
It's not fair.
Get square, Justin.
He's an extraordinary talent. Friend to dummy half to forward. Shows inside and keeps it alive through Pearce to Moylan. And the ball to Luke Brooks. Runs straight into Thurston, and Jonathan Thurston brings him to ground.
Is that Luke Brooks playing in the centres?
Yeah. With the help of Brad Tye.
That's a little unfair.
He's been stationed out there since he came on, Joey, hasn't he?
So this is Jesse Bromwich from the Melbourne Storm. He'll play the ball back to Friend on the last. Forward. Shows and gets it to Moylan. Moylan the ball. I think he put a foot into touch, did he? Otherwise, it's a try to Antonio Winterstein. Has Antonio got there?
Yeah, Kieran Foran hasn't moved after passing that ball on the inside.
Kevy, we're on last tackle. Have no try.
Pass the ball.
Start with, want to clear the contact on Kieran Foran. Then the lead runner, touchline.
Didn't put his flag up then,
Video
Phil.
referee decision.
No, we've got two lines persons down there, and neither of them really wanted to make a decision.
I think this is similar to Ben Barber, Gus. After he passes the ball, the players come from the inside and hit the ball player after they relax.
That's not good. That's okay. Nice ball, tiptoeing, he's put his foot on the line again. The linesman's there. The linesman's got his nose on the line, and he's put his foot on the line for sure, hasn't he?
Yeah, I think he's got his full shoe there, right there.
There it is there. It's exactly replay what we saw before. The linesman's right there. He can't get any closer.
Good call.
It's no try anyway.
Just getting a little tentative, those touch judges.
No, he did so good last time. He ruled it out last time. He put his flag up.
You put the knock on. All right, it is 6-6, no try. 17 minutes and 15 seconds remaining here. What a night we've had. A great night of entertainment, celebration and of cultural significance for the Indigenous All Stars and so good for rugby league players of an Indigenous background all around the country.
It's amazing, isn't it? They wanted to try all these new rules and interpretations, and it's aimed to speed up the game and give more attacking football. They've got one try each in 63 minutes. So whatever they've tried, the players have adapted pretty quickly defensively.
Oh, nice ball from Wayne Thompson to Peachy. Look at his feet go. Tyrone Peachy from Wellington, New South Wales. Still alive through Benny Barber.
That was brilliant from Peachy there. Ray Thompson to Peachy, but brilliant stuff.
Here they are, the Indigenous All Stars, and a quick run from Hodges on a dummy half, and this play eventually will wrap up. Gagai will play the ball 3 metres out from the NRL All Stars line. He looks a little bit injured as well as Thurston now has the ball in his hands. Inglis tries to get the quick ball, but Brooks is there to knock it down, and that's zero tackle, so they'll come again.
Go. Zero.
That's Andrews. So 6-6.
Hold. Hold. Go. One.
Some good football from both teams. Is Thurston! Oh, Jonathan Thurston to Chambers. And Will Chambers has scored the try. And he's met by his teammates at the fence.
He uses Greg Inglis up as a decoy here. Jonathan Thurston. He goes to the line, and Greg Inglis appears just from the inside and then comes around, and he uses Inglis as a decoy. Keep your eye on Inglis. He's behind there, jumping behind Thurston. He goes to the line. He sucks in Mitchell Pearce there. And Chambers just floats on the outside there of Mitchell Pearce. Absolutely beautiful pass from Thurston.
10-6, Indigenous All Stars are in the lead.
And the Indigenous All Stars take the lead for the first time tonight, 10 points to 6. Now he's talking to Darren Lockyer on 9-5 World of Sports. Hopefully we'll see another replay. That was just a beautiful ball from Thurston.
What was that play called, Will?
Oh, mate, just get the ball off Jono. He said where to run, and just run hard, and he got it to me on the spot, mate. He's a special footballer to be playing with.
Inglis was a decoy?
Yeah, he was. We knew that all the first 40 or whatever it was, they were attacking Inglis, so I just thought I'd get outside Piercy and make Brooksy a bit nervous.
Well done, mate.
Thanks, Lockie.
Will Chambers there with Darren Lockyer, and here's Jonathan Thurston to add the extras. Curls it round, it's there. It is 12-6 and the crowd goes crazy.
Yesterday at training, after they'd finished, Jonathan Thurston was having a practice kick. And from that exact spot, he actually stood the ball virtually sideways on the mound. Just sitting on the mound like a watermelon. And he still curled it exactly the same way through the posts.
Oh, he's a magician, and a great celebration after the Will Chambers try.
He's a surgeon. You could just see there, when they got their 6 again, he quickly turned around to Greg Inglis and said, "You're with me, stay here." Put Chambers into position, and it was a nice line from Chambers. He started outside in, and then at the last moment veered out again, and that's what fooled Mitchell Pearce. And Greg Inglis just played his part as a decoy.
Here's Will Chambers, he's been prominent throughout. 13 and a half minutes remaining in this contest, and Fafita, that's David Fafita, works it over the halfway line. The Indigenous All Stars 12, NRL All Stars 6 as Justin Hodges, another dart from dummy half, the Brisbane Bronco.
Last tackle, Jesse, clear it. Marcus.
You can hear it from the referees. Last tackle, and Mosley goes to dummy half. Here's Thurston again. He has been at his best. A lovely take from Matt Moylan, and he gets down, gets the balance, and manages to find a few metres as well.
Where you are, Matt? Milking, Matt.
Milking forward.
Yours, mate. One.
Croker to dummy half.
In a big bunch here now, the NRL All Stars. Like I said, there's been no leadership here in this tie tonight. No one's really organised them around. And up against one of the world's greatest, if not of all time, in Jonathan Thurston, the Indigenous side have just warmed to their task a lot better in attack.
Try to work it out of their own territory. There's Corey Parker. 12 minutes, a little over 12 minutes remaining in this contest as Gallen now. He's dragged to ground on the halfway line. Last tackle for the NRL All Stars. And Luke Brooks puts one, a left footer, that's into touch nicely. Nicely timed.
You hit the nail on the head saying that their attack, Rod Gus, really has been a little bit disappointing. It started out pretty well. Every time they were carting the ball, they were getting 60 or 70 metres with the ball. Now they just seem to be targeting up the middle a little bit. Perhaps it's just because they are a bit tired, but they need to attack.
Cricket World Cup, all our commentators, you can watch it there. Australia and England, the first game, over 90,000 at the Melbourne Cricket Ground. They're having a look to see if this is a 40-metre kick, and if it is, the NRL All Stars will get the ball back. No, it looks shy, doesn't it? It definitely looks shy. But just talking about that Cricket World Cup, it's going to be a great tournament. It really will be. Australia, England, no Michael Clark this time round. They'll be led by George Bailey. And then Michael Clark will come inside for next week. So it's a scrum here. Hasn't gone 40 metres. They'll need to wobble around with that rule a bit if it's ever to come in.
Well, look, we've been talking about that rule for 10 years. It's not new. They've just decided to experiment with it, but not give it the finesse it needs. They need to think more about that before they go holding up the game looking at those types of plays. There's merit in the thought, but just how you measure a successful kick needs to be changed. The NRL All Stars are making some significant changes here. James Graham and Trent Merrin's coming to the sideline. Dave Taylor.
Play on.
Now, it could be a forward barrage here that Wayne Bennett is looking for, particularly through Merrin and James Graham. Those two lads have got the ability to get the ball in their hands and make something happen for the All Stars side. And Luke Brooks has gone to halfback, so they'll be looking for the youngster to tail them up and get something on for his team.
A strong run from David Fafita, and if you hadn't missed it when we mentioned it a couple of times earlier tonight, the change of rules tonight, the experimental rules, if you kick it 40 metres and you find touches, we see Jonathan Thurston kick for Greg Inglis, and Inglis kicks it again. Will he get it to boot again? Oh, just behind him. And Justin Hodges cleans it up. What I was saying, if you find 40 metres, you get the tap. And they are still alive here, the Indigenous All Stars side. There's Peachy. Brought to ground, 10 out, last tackle. Mosley to dummy half, they lead by 6. It's Jonathan Thurston to Barber. Barber to Chambers, the try scorer, and he kicks for his winner. Just not there, but Graham Bailey, our cameraman down there in the corner, he has got a magnet on him.
You're on compo tomorrow.
Give us a wave. Give us a wave, Graham. There he is, the glasses perched on the edge of the nose. He's been with us for a long, long time. A brilliant cameraman, and he's got a mark on his head tonight.
Yeah, well, we might have to position you up in the grandstand next time.
Yeah, an exciting piece of play, and it was Chambers who scored the try, put the kick through for Josh Hoffman, and it was a close run thing, wasn't it? And Graham again throws his.
But again, it was brilliance in the middle of the field. The Thurston-Inglis combination with the chip kick, and Inglis was able to keep it on the toe to get them in good position. Look at the Indigenous side. Legs up, shoulders up, bang, in they go. Gang tackle. Look at that. That was terrific. Little fella Peachy up there, showing the way.
Time all over again. It might have been a better option just to simply pass that on.
Josh Hoffman, and he's left the field. He looked a little bit injured but we're getting a signal that he is okay, and of course he's playing on the Gold Coast here.
Yeah, Graham and Merrin are on, and the two of them have just made 20 metres in 2 plays.
There's big Dave Taylor.
It could well be a James Graham or a Merrin offload here that gets them spunked up.
Yeah, both beautiful hands, and they trail by 6, Phil. There is less than 10 minutes remaining, and Mitchell Pearce looks inside for Graham, and he runs straight into Ryan James, who takes him to ground with the help of Mosley. They're working through. Brooks, a beautiful step of his, throws the ball back inside, it's knocked on. And the referee says it was thrown dead by the Indigenous All Stars side. It may have been a knock on earlier.
I thought there was a knock on too. I agreed with them.
It is. Yeah.
It's a knock on from the NRL All Stars. They show a replay here. Brooks decides to take the line on, left foot step. He offloads through. It goes through Ryan James's hand and goes backwards. And then Merrin knocks the ball on.
Well, I don't know how they could have come up with that decision. Will they reverse it here? Yep, they're going to reverse the decision quite rightly. We thought that Trent had knocked it forward, as he has.
Jerry, you want to take this and come through?
Yeah, I'll take the scrum.
No, mate.
We lost it first.
Right, so the knockback from Ryan James, knocked on by Trent Merrin. We will see the scrum in the centre of the field.
Right, boys, let's go. It's 4 marks.
As per this new rule tonight, and it will be North Queensland working the scrum, and they don't have to have a lock at the back.
Heads in, boys.
First room reveal, Sunday night 6:30. I know my wife will be looking for that one, the block with Scotty Cam. Here comes Greg Inglis. Greg Inglis to Ben Barber. They've got a spring in their step, the Indigenous All Stars side, with just under 9 minutes remaining here on the Gold Coast. Let's get to Brad Fittler.
Yeah, Tyrone Peachy, mate. Big injury at the end of last year. How's the body holding up?
Yeah, it's all good. Back to 100%. I'm just happy to be out in the field.
Looks like there's a real good spirit amongst the boys.
Yeah, 100%. All the family and friends and all the Aboriginal people coming to watch. It's awesome.
That's what gets you home from here, is it? The spirit?
Yeah, it's so loud out there. I can't even hear the plays and that.
Unreal. Good luck.
Thank you.
Great young player, Tyrone Peachy. What a future he has. And there's been a lost ball here, and it's in the hands of the NRL All Stars. Croker. There's big Dave Taylor. What can his 2015 be? Such a talent. Graham to Pearce and inside to Gallen, and the ball goes loose. Yep, it'll be a knock on.
First one.
And the crowd's pretty happy with that. Mosley's been outstanding in both attack and defence. We'll see a lot of him here on the Gold Coast in 2015. It is 12 points to 6. The Indigenous All Stars leading the NRL All Stars. 7 minutes and 20 to go. Phil, good game of footy.
Yeah, it has been. It has been. There haven't been a great deal of number of scoring opportunities, but full marks to the Indigenous side, who just they hung in and defended stoutly, and they're full of running at the moment.
These two superstars of Jonathan Thurston and Greg Inglis.
Well, that's the difference. I mean, everyone has played their part, but it's the finesse of those two lads when they need it that makes the difference. Only when not Thurston a stinking field goal that took this beyond 6 points at some stage.
Big bullocking run by George Rose, and he's 39 out from the NRL All Stars line, and a penalty. They may just try and have a kick here.
Where's your mark now?
And that'd stretch it to 14.
Well,
they stay positive.
It's not even a decision. You just kick the goal.
Taking the 2 points, Jerry.
Yep, they're listening to you, Phil.
You just kick the goal. You don't need the field goal, right?
6 minutes remaining, a little over. We'll take a break and be back in just a tick.
Time, Kenny. To see where we are after the kick, mate, for inside 5.
This will surely put it beyond doubt.
Well, it's a big one. Jonathan Thurston is an outstanding goal kicker, particularly from conversions. He knows the angles right and left of the post very, very well. But I have seen him miss penalty goals from out in this area of the field, where it's just a straight kick down the middle of the ground, because he does swing the ball a lot. It's a very different kick to the conversion kick. No doubt the professional he is. He's probably been away to practice, but I've seen him miss these.
Here he is, Jonathan Thurston, approaches the ball, strikes it, looks good, and he's got it to right field. He's been practicing, Jonathan Thurston. It is 14 points to 6. The Indigenous All Stars lead the NRL All Stars, and the crowd is enjoying every single minute of it. A great night of celebration. Rugby League is back on Channel 9, and we're under 3 weeks away from the start of the NRL season. It all starts in a few Thursdays' time with Souths and Brisbane Broncos and Ryan James. There it is, Broncos Rabbitohs, March 5 to Thursday. The footy show with Fatty in the game straight after that. Then the Eels and Sea Eagles from Purdeck Stadium at Parramatta, and then on Sunday a live game, a cracking game of footy. Two of the top sides, a replay of the semi-final from last year, the Panthers and the Bulldogs. You'll see that from 3:30, so that's just under 3 weeks away from now as Jonathan Thurston. He's wrapped up just over the halfway line. We have under 4 minutes remaining here, and they've got an 8-point lead as David Fafita. His brother's the one that's had all the headlines over the past 5 or 6 years, but he's had a good game tonight. Greg Inglis with the big bomb. It hit late. Corey Parker, they're talking penalty.
Non-genuine tackle, mate. Stop the game. He's got to wrap him up. It's a non-genuine tackle. Back to Corey Parker.
So you heard that, Corey Parker, the late hit on Inglis, and they'll get a penalty. It's going to be right down in front of the post. Darren Lockyer.
Good news for the All-Stars and also Manly. Kieran Foran's back out on the bench. He looks like he's ready to go again if he gets any time, but nothing serious for him tonight.
So they've got the 8-point lead. And Greg Inglis has the ball in his hands. They'll run it. 3 minutes 10 left on the clock here on the Gold Coast. And there's Grevesmule. Great night for him. I'm sure Michael Maguire will be watching him with interest. He's been good. He's yet to make his first great debut. Hodges. Inglis, good defence from Tamalalo. They're in there as well. Less than 3 minutes left on the clock. They lead by 8. And there's Barber. Barber to Fafita. Centre field, the Indigenous All Stars. Roberts to Inglis, stands still. Spins around. Well, I thought he was going to go straight through then, Wally.
That's what he wanted everybody at the ground to think.
There's Jonathan Thurston. And a sharp pass to Chambers, who's brought to ground. Last tackle now.
Blind.
Roberts to dummy half, and they go the open side. He puts a little chipping kick through, dribbled by Tamalalo, and Greg Inglis looked like he was there. It wasn't Inglis, but it looks like a try to Grevesmule, actually.
We're back to tackle 1. We have a try. Grounding, please.
So often these games, these representative fixtures, are simply won by the team that wants it the most. And I know that seems like a fairly simple statement, but it is so true. And as this game has worn on, where everyone was talking about the size and the power of the NRL All-Stars, the team that really wanted it the most, the Indigenous boys, have just kept coming and coming and coming and bustling. And if they've scored here, they've wrapped it on up beyond all reasonable doubt. There's a juggle there, there's no grounding. It's the 13. Chris Grevesmule, who goes in. We've got people in the way. Get the referee out of the way. The linesman out of the way. Get your hand on it, son.
Sort of
There's nothing happening there. Yes.
Yeah, he's got it.
Attaboy. strapped it into his thigh and got it down to the ground.
What a night for Chris Grevsmuir, yet to make his NRL debut.
And it's so true. They were just the team that wanted it the most. They had more to play for.
It's a try. Outstanding start from the Indigenous All Stars. We just mentioned how the Souths coach Michael Maguire would be happy with the way he's played. This young charge, he's come from North Queensland. He'll be with the Rabbits this year.
I walked away from training yesterday, having watched them train, thinking, I can't imagine a team training that well and losing. And I said as much to Laurie Daly after the session. I said, that was a great session. I said, I can't believe you could train that well and lose a game. And they've really backed it up here today.
Jonathan Thurston, beautiful kick. A bloke that played plenty of football with Laurie Daly, Brad Fittler.
Yeah, with the man behind the concept, Preston. What are your thoughts on the night?
Oh, mate, it's been pretty good, eh? Very spirited performances by both teams. I mean, it's pretty cool tonight, you know, so I think the boys are thankful for that, but I think that both teams put a good performance in.
Well, you got something special in your hand. What is that?
Well, this is the medal.
Preston! Oh, what about this off the kickoff? Justin Hodges, will he have enough gas? Flicks the ball. You're kidding me! Don't get it! Is that a try? That was one of the most unbelievable things you'd ever see in rugby league.
Oh, Justin Hodges got into space for a while and was looking for support, desperate for support, and it couldn't have come in a better shape.
Well, there's your grandstand finish. That's one for the fans.
We'll have another look at this replay, and then we'll go back and let Freddie have another chat with Preston Campbell down there.
Ball just carrying the 10 metres through a couple of sets of hands, and Hodjo putting in the long ones, getting that left hand out. Clever
what
flick.
about the pass?
He's thrown a million of those in his life. They usually do lead to 4 points. It did again tonight.
That's fantastic finishing, Phil.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant. You're just looking at his right foot there, but it's okay. The ball's down.
Oh, he's got it controlled.
That's it.
Just slowing it down here. He's got it. He's got it. Has he got it? Loses it.
Does it really matter? The game's over.
It doesn't matter. And I think.
How are they going to go?
I think
yes or no?
I think we could make.
They'll take it off him. But I mean, with a minute left on the clock, you'd say, give it to him, for God's sake.
Yep.
Tidy too. What's the score? 20-6. Like, it was really important.
Brad Fittler.
Me and Presto are in there, mate. You got something special in your hands?
Yeah, mate, this is the medal for the best player on field tonight.
Don't give it away.
Okay. I'll leave it till later, but I think the guy that's going to get this tonight, he does deserve it. He does deserve it. Let's just say that, eh?
Good on you, brother.
Very diplomatic there from Preston Campbell, and I think that we've all got an inkling. He's been someone that's been pretty dominant tonight. He's got a reasonable name in the game, and the NRL All Stars are working their way out of their own territory. This game has been won and won well, and a great coaching performance by Laurie Daly again. He lost Greg Bird and Sam Thaiday and a lot of young players, and there's Loz, big smile on his face.
Surely looking forward.
Wayne Pearce, his son, of course, Mitchell, with the ball to
That's it. Okay, he's held there, he's held.
Croker, and there's only 25 seconds left on the clock here at Seabus Super Stadium, and that's a big tackle again. They're going to go to the final second here, the Indigenous All Stars. A gripping performance from them. And brilliant, absolutely brilliant. The penalty is blown. It's all a little academic now. 3 seconds, 2, 1, and it is over. The crowd goes crazy. The Indigenous All Stars. The flick pass. Trent Merrin will take it to ground, will he? He will. What a night. Laurie Daly and his Indigenous All Stars have won this one 20 points to 6. So much said about the size of the NRL All Stars forward pack. But this team, led by Jonathan Thurston and that superstar Greg Inglis, have been absolutely unbelievable. An extraordinary performance. What a way to get Channel 9's Wide World of Sports